Excuse me.
Afternoon show, we own the night. Champions scream under the light.
This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
Heroes fall and legends rise. Twist of fate in our eyes. Heads held high, never compromise.
What can I say? Mamba out.
Take that flight.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon show presented by ESEN and Gonzo Sports Room. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
I think we got a heat wave out there. Let's get like around 27, 28 degrees.
It definitely feels a lot better than it has the last few days. Tell you what,
Yeah, that's for sure.
yesterday morning, woo, it was cold.
Yeah, it was.
I got out about, I don't know what, about 8:30 yesterday morning, and man, I was ready to turn back around and come back in.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I understand. It's put a lot of pain on my old body. And I know it affects you too. Let's jump into some NFL news. We have a lot of coaching news. Get your takes on it and see what we think of some of this stuff. First one is Raiders are expected to hire Seattle offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak as their head coach. Chris, what's your thoughts on that one?
I think it's a good hire. I kind of figured out who it was going to be after some of the reports over the last week and a half or so, and then if you heard Brady talk calling that game the other night, the Seattle game the other night, he kept saying my guy Clint Kubiak
Okay.
quite a bit. So, but no, he's a good hire. Like he's been, he was offensive coordinator in Minnesota, then he was passing game coordinator a couple places, and he's been offensive coordinator last couple of years with Seattle. And Seattle's had one of the better defenses, or offenses. Excuse me. I don't know why I said defenses. Offenses. I know why I said defenses because Jay always tries to say he's a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But no, and then if you look at the tree he comes from, for one, if I'm pretty sure his dad, he's Kubiak's son, right?
Yeah.
So you got his dad, who was a hell of an offensive coach, but then he's been with Shanahan, been with O'Connell, LaFleur. I mean, he's from that same tree as all them guys. So yeah, I think it's a good hire, and I'll tell you what, with him coming in there, and the Raiders have a lot of money. They have a lot of money, a lot of salary cap room that they can spend in free agency this year. And they're probably going to take a quarterback with the first pick, so then you're going to have a quarterback on a rookie deal. If they sure the offensive line up, get a few pieces they need, they could be a lot better than what they've been. I mean, we've seen teams do it. Look at what the Bears did in free agency last year. The Patriots, what they done in free agency. Both of them had a bunch of money last year, and they went out and got the right pieces. Bears went out and got basically a whole new offensive line and turned that around. Look what the Patriots did. They did a lot in offensive line, defensive line, and look at that team. They won 3 games the year before. Now they're in the Super Bowl. I'm not saying the Raiders are going to be in the Super Bowl, but I think Kubiak will get it turned around.
Yeah, I think you're right. Give it a couple, 2-3 years. They got a lot of picks too, so they got a lot of picks. They got a lot of money, so I think it's a good hire. I mean, I really do. Let's move on to the next one. Arizona.
Especially after you didn't get Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't get Harbaugh or Stefanski, I mean, I think he's I'd have McCarthy up there. I still don't get why all these people think McCarthy are so sour on McCarthy. You go Look, all these people talk about how great of a coach John Harbaugh is, how great of a coach Mike Tomlin is. You pull up their 3 resumes, they're almost exactly the fucking same between McCarthy, Tomlin, and Harbaugh. But everybody wants to act like McCarthy's such a worse coach than them two. Him and Harbaugh have basically the same career stats as a head coach.
And a lot of people criticize him in Dallas, but what's the one common thing with Dallas? I mean, how many times has Jay said that nobody's going to win in Dallas as long as Jones is as long as Jones is there as the owner? So he had to deal with that stuff, just like all these other coaches that have came in. I know one guy, Jimmy Johnson, had success, but hell, he ended up getting pushed out the door. So, I mean, yeah, I think Pittsburgh got a good coach. I think they got the right coach for them. I really do. Don't have the perfect situation at quarterback, but I think that's something that they will try to fix as quick as they can, whatever that means, whether that's Rodgers for a year and bringing a young guy behind him or what they do. I don't know. We'll see. But I think they'll get that fixed. I think he'll get the defense fixed. And like AJ Hawk said one of the first things he'll worry about is strengthen up. How's it going, Joe? Strengthen up both sides of the ball, defensive line and offensive line. The trenches. That's what he will worry about first. And if anybody should know that, it should be AJ Hawk. So,
yeah. We'll just listen to him talk on McAfee last season. He's like most people that know football. It's all about the trenches.
Yep.
If you can't win it, if you don't win the trenches, you're not going to win the game most of the time. I mean, if you look 90% of the time, the team that wins is the team that they will control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's going to be your foundation. That's how you can get the quarterback later, but if you have that foundation, it makes things a lot easier. Let's move on to Arizona. Looks like Arizona's hiring the Rams offensive coordinator Michael LaFleur to be their next head coach. Chris, I think that's a pretty good hire. I think same thing. Arizona's got to do the same thing on their front lines. They got to straighten out the quarterback situation, but I think the first thing should be to strengthen up the defensive front line and the offensive front line. Same thing. I think if they do that, they've got some talent. They had a lot of injuries on both sides of the ball. I mean, they lost a good running back. I think a couple of running backs. They had injuries at wide receiver. There are some issues at quarterback, but I think they're all fixable for the most part. But again, got to strengthen up the offensive line, defensive line. Got to change the culture. That team lost a lot of games they should have won. So that definitely, I think they got to change the culture. The coordinator's been with the Rams. They've got a pretty good culture. So I got high hopes for him. What do you think?
Yeah, he's another guy that comes out of that Shanahan and like Shanahan and McVay kind of tree with his brother being the coach of the Green Bay Packers. I don't think it's a bad hire. With the guys that were available, I think that especially after you had McCarthy and Harbaugh and them already go, I think it was about the best that they could get. I think the guy's a good coach. My thing with Arizona is that they're just in tough situation with the quarterback because the coach there last year benched him,
Yeah.
But if you get rid of him this year or next year, it's a big cap. It's still a real big cap hit. So to me, it's going to be interesting. Is he coming in? Is he going to want to try to go with Murray, or is he going? You know what I mean? Or are they going to go a different direction? That's going to be a little tricky. But I mean, we saw the Broncos; they're eating a lot of dead cap, and hell, they were one game from being in the Super Bowl. So.
True.
But no, I think it's a good hire. I mean, he's an offensive guy. They went defense last time with Gannon, and it really, as a coach, it really didn't work out. So I think they brought a guy in they think can change the culture, and then I think they're hoping he can maybe turn around Kyler Murray if they decide to go that direction.
Yeah, could be right. Yeah. Next up, San Francisco looks like they're hiring Raheem Morris as their new defensive coordinator. I think this is a pretty good hire. I think Morris will do a good job. I think he's a pretty good coach. I don't know if he got a complete fair shake in Atlanta, Who knows? I mean, he wasn't terrible in Atlanta. I know they had a lot of talent, expected to be better, but I don't know if it was all his fault. Your take on Raheem Morris?
No, I think it's a good hire. I think he's a better defensive coordinator than he is a head coach. If you look at both times he's been a head coach, it hasn't went real well. Plus, he's going to San Francisco. He's going to be back with Shanahan. They've worked together before in Atlanta. I think Shanahan was. I think Morris might have been the DC and Shanahan the OC, if I remember correctly, at one point in Atlanta. So they have a relationship. I think he'll fit good in there at San Francisco, taking over for Saleh. So yeah, I think it was a good hire.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like the hire. Next one, I don't know if you know a lot about this guy. I don't. Looks like Miami's expected to hire Green Bay linebackers coach Shane Dugan to be their new defensive coordinator. You know much about this guy, Chris? I really don't. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't. If I remember right, I think AJ Hawk was talking about him at one point. How he thought is going to end up being a real good defensive coordinator. But I don't know much. I don't know much about the guy.
Okay. Yeah, Green Bay had a solid defense for the most part. They had some injury problems, but a decent defense. So I think this guy.
It makes sense that he's going there, though, because Hafley, the head coach, came from Green Bay.
Yeah,
so he was because Hafley was the DC at Green Bay. So he was This guy was working basically under Hafley at Green Bay. So I mean, it makes sense to bring in a guy like that. You already have a relationship with him. I mean, he already knows how you want to operate things as well. So I mean, I think I don't know a whole lot about the guy, but I think it makes a lot of sense to hire those.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Chris, let's go off football a little bit and talk a little baseball. A little bit exciting news for me and you as Reds fans. I seen in our ESEN group chat, Frankie was talking some crap saying what he do in the playoffs and stuff like that. But if I remember correct, Chris, back when they were picking up players there at the trade deadline and stuff, wasn't Frankie wanting Suarez? I thought at one point. And I think we got a real good deal for $15 million. I know it's 1 year. I think there's an option, some type of option. Also,
there's an option for another year.
Yeah, $15 million for a guy that hit 49 home runs and had a lot of RBIs. Strikes that off a lot, no doubt about it. But the other guy that went in free agency this year got paid a lot of money. His name is escaping me. Had one more strikeout than Suarez did, and he's making a lot more money. I can't think of his name, but he just re-signed with somebody, or signed with somebody. But the name is escaping me. I think it's a good deal. I think he's going to play DH for the most part. You might see him at third base every now and then. You might see him at first base every now and then. But I think he knows he's going to be a DH there for the most part, from what I understand. We needed a bat. We don't have a lot of money to spend, or we're not going to spend a lot of money, however you want to look at it. I think it's a great deal for the Reds. Hopefully it works out. We're a team that made the playoffs last year. I think if we stay healthy, I think with the addition of this bat, also with the young player Sal, being his first full season, I think he'll be on this team. Hopefully that goes well. We got a couple players need to step back up and be what they were from a couple years ago. If everything goes well, I think we can battle for that division. I don't think there's anybody a lot better than us in that division. Now, again, I talk about the cockroaches, Milwaukee Brewers. They're always tough for us, but I'm not saying we're going to be in the World Series. Of course, I have hopes, but I think we're going to be better if we stay healthy. What do you think?
Yeah, were you talking about Schwarber? Is that who you were thinking of?
Yes.
So I figured. To me, it's a great move by the Reds. You needed a power bat. You went out and got one. Didn't have to really overpay to go get one. And he's basically a right-handed Kyle Schwarber. Is basically what he is. And our whole fan base was yelling for Schwarber everybody was hoping we were going to be able to get Schwarber. Well, we basically got a right-handed Schwarber for a hell of a lot cheaper. Is the way I look at it. You look at their numbers were pretty similar.
Yeah.
Because Schwarber hit a hell of a lot of home runs too. I don't know if why he finished with, but I know it was up there. So I mean, like they're similar players when it comes to their stats. I think we're getting him for $15 million. I think, like I said, I think it's a great deal for the Reds. I heard somebody say, "Oh, but he can hit home runs, but he can't play defense." They're not paying him to play fucking defense. Like he's going to be a DH most of the time, and they'll play him at third or maybe in left a little bit or whatever every now and then spotty. But most of the time he'll be a DH. Like we have a Gold Glove third baseman. They're not bringing him in to take over third base. So they're not bringing him in for his defense. One of our holes last season was a power bat. Sal, when he came, they moved him up from the minors to the majors toward the end of the season. He looked like a guy that could be a power bat for us as well. Now you bring in a guy like Suarez. You had a couple power bats. You got McLean, who now isn't coming off injury this year. I think he's going to look like he did his rookie year, where he was the best player we had on our team. Everybody, I know Dela Cruz was a rookie that year too, but if you watch those games and you look at the numbers, McLean was our best player that year. Offense and defense, he was our best player. Then he hurt his shoulder his second year, missed the whole season. Came back last year, got off to a slow start, but then started to pick up. I look for him to get back to more like he was before the injury. I mean, a lot of times you go through a big surgery like that, it takes you a season to get back. Steer was battling a shoulder injury at the beginning of last year. His season was a little up and down. I think he'll be more consistent. Yeah, I think the Reds are going to be better than they were last year, and we were a playoff team last year, and really we were competing for the division for a long time last season. And then we kind of had some injuries. The whole damn pitching staff was hurt at one point, but we had some injuries and kind of fell. So I like the move, and it's good to have Suarez back. I think people forget Suarez was a Red was a Red before as well. So like we know what he kind of knows what's going on. I know it's a new manager than what it was when he was there, but still same ownership. Yeah. A lot of things in that ballpark are still the same as when he was there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like the move. I think that health was a big thing with the pitching staff. We've got a quality pitching staff. I really think so. And Milwaukee lost one of their quality pitchers. They lost Peralta. So they're going to go down a little bit. Now they may pick up somebody, who knows. There's still time for that. There's still some decent guys left out there. So it's going to be interesting, but I'm looking forward to the Reds and see what we can do this year. Hopefully we can get back to the playoffs and do a little better. I want to be competitive. That's the main thing. Love to get into World Series, but that's going to be difficult when got teams like the Dodgers out there. It's not going to be easy. So, but I like that. That was a great deal for the Reds, in my opinion. Next up, let's talk a little boxing, Chris. Big fight happened Saturday night. They said the ring walk was going to be about 10:45. I think it was more like 11:45.
Yeah, they were running way late.
The main card started at 6. I'm like, Jesus. But Teofimo Lopez taking on Shakur Stevenson. Chris, I don't know about you, but I think Shakur Stevenson, with his defense and his jab, he's got a chance to go down as one of the, I won't say fighters, because I don't know if he's a fighter, but man, he's a boxer. He may go down one of the best boxers of all time. He was impressive in that fight, and Teofimo's not no joke. And Shakur made him. I think Shakur lost one round to this guy. Looked very impressive. He's won championships at 125, 130, 135, and 140 now. And he was mouthing off and talking about moving up to 147, which I think I would take some time before I do that right away. But he's also wanting some big money fights, so that may be his only opportunity, because I don't know if there's anybody at 140 that can beat him. Your thoughts on what you saw?
It was one of the most lopsided championship fights I've ever watched. He lost one round, and that was basically because he just took that round off
Yeah.
and didn't do anything. He didn't lose that round because Telefimo was doing anything. He lost that round just basically because he didn't do much, and he let Lopez hit him in the body some.
Yeah.
But other than that, he done whatever he wanted to, and a lot of times was just toying with him. Like it was impressive. That guy he was came in there was talking trash to. I think he's going to do the same thing to that guy as he did to Lopez. I really do. I don't think that guy's going to be able to do much. I know he's going to be going up a weight class, but hell, he's used to that now, so I can't really worry about that. So yeah, I don't see anybody beating him anytime soon. And to me, he's a better offensive Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
He has defense like Floyd Mayweather, but he'll also stand in the center ring toe to toe with you and just and punch. Like
Pick you apart.
He's not backing up. He was one moving forward most of that fight.
Yes.
So he's a more aggressive Floyd Mayweather would be kind of how I would compare him. But yeah, he's impressive. And like I said, that was one of the most lopsided championship fights I ever watched. Like,
And I want to make sure everybody understands. Lopez ain't no joke. He's beat some really,
no, he was the champ.
really good. Yeah, he beat some really.
He was the champ in that weight division. Like, yeah, he's a good fighter.
We're not talking about somebody that's a slouch. He's beat some really good people. Lopez has, and he made Lopez.
Stevenson made him look like a slouch. Stevenson looked like the champ, and that guy looked like a contender that was put in the championship fight too soon. And no disrespect to Lopez, because Lopez is a hell of a fighter, but it's just how, like, watching it, that's what it looked like. Like, oh, this guy got a championship fight too soon, and he was the champ.
Yeah,
so
Lopez was beat up,
and Lopez's dad in the corner,
face.
like, yeah, Lopez's dad in the corner is like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah,
it's like,
hit him.
It's him. It ain't me. Like, he just couldn't get no rhythm.
Yeah, he couldn't hit him. I mean, it didn't even look like Stevenson had been in a fight. If you looked at his face.
And Stevenson was trying them last two rounds. Stevenson was trying to get the finish. He wanted to get the finish.
Yeah. That's one thing. I don't think Stevenson has great. I'm not saying bad. I don't think he has great power, but he can just destroy you with his jab, and with his jab and his defense, you just can't hardly touch him.
His footwork is just crazy.
Yeah, he had that guy so uncomfortable the whole fight. And again, Lopez is not no C boxer. He's not no B boxer. He's probably an A boxer, and he got destroyed. Yeah, it was unbelievable. My grandson Landon, who's never watched boxing, he said, "I'm gonna come out here and watch this fight with you." So he sat down. Of course, he didn't know. After he sees the first round there in the corner.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Said first to 12 rounds. He said, "This boxing's 12 rounds." I said, "Yeah, it's 12 rounds." I don't think he knew what he was getting into, but he was saying. He said, "That poor guy can't hit him." I said, "No, he can't. He can't hit him." But he said, "Is he not any good?" I said, "He's one of the best fighters there is at that weight class." And I said, "He can't touch this guy." It was amazing. It really, and I agree with you. He wouldn't have won a round if Stevenson didn't let him win one. Yeah.
Stevenson. It was like the eighth round, eighth or ninth round. It was just like Stevenson just took the round off for some reason.
Yep, I agree with you. It was one of the greatest like you said, most lopsided performances that I've seen, and especially with two really good fighters.
I almost turned it off in like the eighth. It was like the eighth or ninth round. I almost turned it to something else. I'm like, well, I wanted to see if he knocks him out. I wanted because I could tell as the fight went on, he was getting a little more aggressive. He was trying to end it, and so I was like, I'll wait and see if he knocked it out. But I mean, you knew after the first 5 rounds, like that fight was over.
Plus Stevenson, and I think his trainers, they're really smart. They have a game plan. They stick to it.
It's his grandfather, isn't it?
I think so.
If I remember right, his grandfather is his head cornerman. If I remember right.
He's had one fight. And I don't
Trainer.
remember the guy's name. That guy, I can't remember. They talked about it. Guy got to him some, and
Uh,
Stevenson still beat him bad.
yeah, Cepeda or something like that.
Cepeda got to him and did some damage to him. First fighter that has, but Stevenson still beat him bad. I mean, but that's been the only guy that's been able to get him a little uncomfortable so far. Yeah, to be so young, only 28 years old, and already moved up 4 weight classes, 25 to 40. Very impressive. So, and I've been watching Shakir since he was an Olympic boxer. He's one of my favorites, and I enjoy watching him. So, I think we're going to continue to see. Hopefully, he can find that big money fight because I know that's what he's looking for. Chris, let's talk a little UFC 325 as our last thing before we get out of here. Your thoughts on this card and what you saw? I seen a couple of fights. I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't think this card was near as good as 324. Just my opinion. Get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it wasn't a terrible card. Main event went about what I thought it was going to be. Volkanovski just controlled that fight. Volkanovski went in there with the perfect strategy. And I had Volkanovski winning 4 out of the 5 rounds. First round, was a little close, but I felt like Volk took the 3rd round kind of off, kind of like what Stevenson did, and Lopez won that round. But then I had Volk win the other rounds. Lopez didn't get knocked down once, kind of like he did in the first fight. But Volkanovski went there with the damn perfect strategy. He went in there and he just fucking basically reckless abandonment, just went forward and kept forcing Lopez up against the cage. Kept Lopez going backwards, and Lopez had trouble. Volkanovski landed a lot cleaner shots, and pretty much dominated for the most part. Co-main event, Hooker got knocked out. I mean, the other fights was okay, but the main event was the main one I was interested in, and it just. I don't know. Volkanovski's just a damn machine. Like I say, he just keeps coming at you, and it's going to be interesting. I'd like to kind of see him.
Chris froze up a little bit there. Hopefully, he can come back in here in a minute. Yeah, the UFC I thought was decent. I didn't think it was near as good as 324, in my opinion. I did get to see about 2.5 fights. I seen some of the Texeria and Tavosta, and Texeria just pretty much destroyed him. So it wasn't much of a great fight as far as that goes. And I did see Hooker get knocked out, and I agree. Volkanovski is going to be tough to beat. He's a really, really good fighter. It's going to be. I don't know if anybody at the featherweight division is going to beat him. Hopefully, Chris is going to come back in here in a minute, and then we'll get ready to check out for the day. Maybe he'll come back in just a second. Hope everybody's enjoying the show today. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday night hoops at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. We'll be talking NBA trades and rumors. There's been a couple trades. We'll talk about them. We'll talk about rumors of other trades. The deadline is Thursday, February 5th. We'll be take a look at the divisions. I know we're getting close to All-Star break. And then I've also got Thursday night, got a top 10 greatest NBA performances of all time also on Thursday. So join us, on Tuesday. So join us for that. And I don't know if Chris is going to be able to come back in or not. Kind of waiting to see here. Oh, I was going to talk a little Rumble if he does come back in because I forgot about that. Thought we'd talk a little Royal Rumble. I thought the Royal Rumble was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. Been a lot of mixed stuff online, but you don't know what to make of the people online because some people are just going to hate. Some people are just going to say it's great because they're big WWE fans. I enjoyed the show. I like all wrestling. I am a big WWE fan, but I watch everything. I watch TNA. I watch AEW. I watch it all. NXT. huge wrestling fan. I enjoyed the show. I thought the women's rumble was really good. I thought the men's rumble was good. People complain, oh, there wasn't enough surprises. I guess they're talking about, wrestlers coming in, old time wrestlers or new wrestlers. Hey, we got some young guys that just come up to the roster, like Obafemi. I think that's great. We got, to me, a magnificent surprise, something that nobody could have predicted, that the fact that Braun Breaker was the first one eliminated and got attacked by a masked person, and everybody's going crazy online. Who's the masked guy? Everybody's guessing. So it did exactly what it wanted. I think that was a huge surprise, as good a surprise they could have had, and plus then we got Royce Keys, formerly Powerhouse Hobbs, making his debut at the Rumble. So, I mean, I think the surprises were fine. I think we're going to see less surprises, like names coming in, because they've got, hey, you got all these young guys coming up from NXT. You got guys coming up from Evolve to NXT. You got this new system that's trying to build stars, and you don't need to have all these surprises and things. So, Chris, I was talking a little Rumble. I don't know what happened with you.
Yeah, my internet went out.
Okay.
All of a
Chris,
sudden, it just everything disconnected from the internet, but no, it's back.
yeah, I was telling everybody what I thought of the Rumble. I thought it was a really good Rumble, and everybody complaining about surprises. I mean, we got new young people in there like Obafemi. We got young people in the women's Rumble too. I thought everybody talks about surprises. I thought we got a great surprise, and like me and you talked that day. I mean, whoever thought Braun Breaker was going to get attacked and be the first one eliminated? Everybody thought, a lot of people picked Braun Breaker to win the Rumble, or thought they'd be a guy that's going to eliminate 6 or 7 people at the very least. And he's the very first person to get eliminated. I think that was a fantastic surprise that nobody saw coming. I think some people don't like that when they don't see it coming. So I think that's one of the reasons they bitch. But I thought the Rumble was very good. I thought it was an 8.5 out of 10 for me. What'd you think?
No, I thought the Rumble was good. I don't get all the hate on it. I thought, and another thing, people were saying, "Oh, we wanted Bianca, we wanted this, we wanted that, and we got Brie." Well, you must not. If people saying that must not have watched the product, because the fans in that building wanted Brie. She got the biggest pop of the night.
Yep.
That building was going crazy when Brie Bella came out. And then even a couple spots during the match when they featured, that crowd was going crazy. So, like, I don't know, people just like to complain a lot, I guess. But no, I thought it was pretty good. I thought I enjoyed the whole show. I really liked it. I thought the women's Rumble was good. Like I said, it was funny because because Nikki Bella came out and the people I was watching with, I was like, I'd rather. I said, if they're going to bring a Bella, they should have brought the good one.
Yeah.
Brie, not Nikki, but I said, Nikki's been back. And then a few minutes later, boom, Brie was there. Because Brie's better in the ring than what Nikki is.
I think so too,
in my opinion. But I thought the men's Rumble was good. Like you said, Breaker, that surprised me, Breaker getting eliminated as early as he did. Roman Win kind of surprised me. He wasn't a guy that I had in my like I really had in my head as a guy that was going to win, could possibly win it. So, I mean, I don't think that was real predictable either. So I thought it was a good show.
Yeah.
And then all these people want to say this arena was empty. The arena was not empty. Like,
I've seen pictures. I think it was, I won't say empty, but it wasn't great during the women's Rumble. And been some reports that a lot of that was, I don't know what's all going on in Saudi. I know that they sold the tickets and a lot of scalpers got a hold of tickets and was trying to resell, according to Tommy Dreamer. He said he knows when the tickets went on sale, 25,000 tickets went on sale, they were all bought. So technically it was a sellout. I don't think there was 25,000 people in the arena. I'd say more like maybe 20,000 end up being or whatever. But it was, I think it's got to concern WWE. The other thing too, I didn't realize, Chris, that they didn't start that in Saudi till 10 p.m. That show started at 10 p.m. Saudi time and didn't end till 2 p.m. So I think that's kind of crazy. To start that at that time. Why not? Can you start at 8 their time and start at noon our time? What difference does it make? That's just my opinion on that. But I think they got to be concerned a little bit for a 2-day WrestleMania there. The crowd didn't seem at times seemed into it, times didn't seem into it. So that concerns me a little bit, but I'm sure WWE will look at that. I mean, I know they get paid their money. They got paid more money for that Rumble than they make it a WrestleMania. So, but I do know that they're supposed to have a Rumble there.
Yeah, I know.
I think in 2027.
This will make some people mad, but another reason why the crowd was slow getting in there was because of the culture in Saudi and
Yep.
it being a women's match. So,
Yes.
some of them weren't going to go in there and watch it until the women's match was over and it was
That's
the
true.
men. And like I said, I hate to say that, but it's the truth over there. It's different
Yes.
over there than it is here. So I think that had something to do with the beginning of the stadium, not because the stadium looked a lot fuller the rest of the show.
I agree.
There, and I think that had something to do with the beginning is just the cultural difference over there, and women don't unfortunately don't have the rights over there that they have here. So and some of the men over there they're not going to go watch it. They're not going to watch the women. They're going to.
Yeah.
I think some of them came in late because of that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't disagree with that. That's been reported now. Also, I know a lot of people said this is bullshit. Jericho wasn't there. He wasn't advertised. Even Bianca Belair, the person I picked to win it, she was not advertised to be in the Rumble. Now I'll be honest with you, she ain't been on TV hardly at all for 9 months. I thought she'd be back for the Rumble. That was my opinion. Now, am I mad that she wasn't back? Hey, if she ain't ready to be back, she don't need to be back. So whatever their plans are, you got to go with it. So I'm not upset. People said, well, I wanted Paige back. They never. I've seen clips online. She was training. Don't mean she was training for the Rumble. I mean, the people got to get over this fantasy stuff in their heads. I thought the Rumble was very
I
good.
enjoyed it. I thought it was real good. The AJ Styles and Gunther was a hell of a match. I thought they done it well. Gunther beat the fuck out of AJ Styles there.
Yeah.
I mean, he was chopping the fuck out of there in the corner. Styles was laying it in too. Don't get me wrong. Them forearms after them chops, he was laying them in too. I thought it was a good match. I thought they'd done it well. I know a lot of people was upset that he retired and it was in Saudi, not here, but I mean, I think a lot of that is due to the timing of his contract when his contract is running out and him not wanting to, or either him or them agreeing that he wasn't going to re-sign. And so I think that's kind of why it went the way it did.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what his plans are. Nobody knows what's in his mind and what's best for him. I mean, he's going to do what's best for him. If that's AEW, who knows? If it's just TNA a little bit. I seen a report today that he's expected to end up be working backstage, and there's even some people speculating that he's going to be doing some commentary at first for WWE. There's people speculating he could be the general manager for WWE for a little while, but they definitely expect him to work backstage at some point, that he's going to have a job with WWE. So, but we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of speculation. Nobody knows for sure. I think there are some great matches he could have in AEW. I don't know if that's something he wants. I think his last match personally will be on TNA. That's where his fame came from, where he kind of really started. So if he has a very last match, I think it might be in TNA. And I don't think WWE would have a problem with that. So we'll see. To me, I thought that was the best match on the show. And I thought both Rumbles were really good too, but I really loved that match. I give that show 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was as good as the Rumble last year. Of course, I'm going to be favor last year's Rumble because I was there, in the crowd, like you. So I kind of favor it more. And I understand people get upset. I got a grandson who he thought the men's Rumble. I was surprised. He thought the men's Rumble was better than the ladies. I thought the ladies were a little better. And he even he didn't like the finish of the men's because he don't care for Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't have any issue with Roman Reigns winning if he's going to be around. He knows how to tell stories. He's big box office. I just don't want him to be, personally, for me, I don't want him to be that guy if he's not going to be there. If he's only going to be on TV in the next 2 or 3 months, 3 or 4 times, I think that hurts the event. That's just my opinion. Well, Chris, you got anything before we get out of here?
No, I think we covered everything.
Yep, I thought it was a pretty good weekend. Could have been a little warmer, of course, for us, but I've seen some interesting boxing and UFC. Seen a really good Royal Rumble. Again, join us tomorrow, Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central for our Tuesday night hoops talk, and we'll be talking NBA trades and rumors. Again, the trade deadline for the NBA is February the 5th. That's on Thursday. We'll be taking a look at what's going on in the standings. And also, I got the top 10 greatest NBA performances of all time. So that's on Tuesday night. Check us out for that. And hope everybody has a great day, great night, and hopefully join us tomorrow night.
Yeah, and this Sunday's the Super Bowl. The end of football.
Yeah, we'll be talking some football Thursday night
I ain't
and
gonna lie,
Friday.
it sucked not having no football to watch over the weekend.
Yeah, I agree with it. There wasn't a lot on yesterday.
I miss college football as well. I enjoy watching college football on the weekends.
Well, when you have a winning team, it helps.
But like I enjoy watching college football as well. Just not having no football at all this weekend was kind of weird. I was basically fighting all day Saturday.
Yeah, I watched some hockey last night. I watched a little bit of NBA. Tried to. It was rough. I watched a little bit of the Knicks and Lakers, but it was a little rough for me.
I've been watching a little bit of college. I'm watching some college basketball. You got a big double overtime win over UCLA.
Yeah, they got 2 in a row. Beat Purdue, beat UCLA.
We're moving in the right direction.
I think they're going to be an NCAA team. Do you think so?
Yeah, I think they're going to. I think they will, and then I think he's getting them moving in the right direction. Like this is his first year there. He starts getting a couple transfers that his guys, and then guys that he's recruiting and stuff. I think they're going to be, dude. When they're on, they can shoot the hell out of the fucking three. when they're falling, like damn.
Chris, I think you agree with me, or I think that I'm right on this. If I remember right, he started from scratch. He had no players coming back.
Yeah.
So this is a whole brand new team. And to be, 18, 19, and 7, that's not bad. In a Big Ten, in a very good Big Ten conference. Maybe the best conference this year. I know SEC is pretty good too, but definitely 1-2, either way you look at it. So yeah, I think they're doing really well, moving in the right direction.
There ain't no easy games in basketball in the Big Ten, really. If you're playing a Big Ten game, it's going to be a pretty good game. Big Ten has a lot of teams in the top 20 as well, and IU's probably going to move up in the top 20, I would say, because they were 21, and then they beat Purdue and UCLA, so there's a chance they move it up to the top 20.
Hey, Chris, if you remember the names, won't you promote our show for tonight? We got a big show on GWR at 6:30 tonight. Guest host is Hank Calhoun, and I'm trying to is it Joey Lights? I don't want to say wrong. Joey Lights. He's I think a ring announcer and done some other stuff in pro wrestling. He's going to be our guest. He's going to be our rapid fire guest, and we got Hank Calhoun is going to be our guest host. So join us tonight at 6:30 for that. That's going to be a great show. Appreciate everybody that's watched the show from last week and the clips. I think we're around 1,800 people has checked out the clips and the show from last Monday. We had Michael Elgin on. Had a great show. Had a lot of guests. I thought it was one of the best shows that we've done. So if you haven't checked that out, go to our webpage and check that out. A lot of good clips, a lot of really good shows. So we appreciate everybody. And hey, we did a new format on our Thursday night show, changed things around. I thought it was very, very well accepted. We're getting close to 500 views on that, and did much better than what we had done before. So I think this new format might work out for us. Check that out. Face or Heel Pro Wrestling Talk every Thursday at 8 p.m. So that's all I got, Chris.
All right. Well, we will see you guys either this evening for GWR or tomorrow night. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room, and we'll see you guys later.